Hey guys, it's Amanda. So today I'm doing my 2016 favorites, but I'm doing it a little bit different because I watched a really awesome YouTuber's video this morning. Her name is Beverly Abdon. She did a get ready with me style favorites where she showed all her favorites and then put it on her face. Duh. I thought that was really fun. Instead of just sitting here talking about it, I can kind of show you guys why they're my favorites, show you guys the finish of them, just show you how they look on the skin. In most categories, I did a high-end and a drugstore favorite, but I kind of don't know what look I'm doing. I'm just going to kind of choose when I'm going. I'm going to go with the flow, you know? So for me this year, it was the year of glow. All my base products are pretty much just glowy finishes. All my primers are glowy. So my two favorite primers of the year were the Master Prime Blur and Illuminate by Maybelline, and then the Magic Lumi by L'Oreal. And I just love how glowy these make your skin. This one honestly is my top favorite of the year because I just use this one so much. It's not super unbelievably glowy like this one is. Kind of hydrates my skin as well. So I'm going to use my Master Prime one just because I do use this one the most every day. And I don't know if I'm going for a more natural look, but let's just pretend I am and then we'll see. But as you can tell, it just adds a super nice, dewy look to my skin. I just love this one so much. It also kind of smooths everything out. Foundations. I have had two favorite foundations. One's a foundation, one is a tinted moisturizer. Both of them have been amazing this year. I'm just going to start out with the tinted moisturizer. This is usually what I wear every day mostly, if I'm kind of just having more of a natural look. I do wear foundation a lot, but when I'm lazy, I try to stick to tinted moisturizers because I don't feel like I need super full coverage. Right now I do because what is my life doing? So my favorite tinted moisturizer is the Sonia Kashuk Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. I just love this one because it's also kind of a glowier tinted moisturizer. It actually does cover pretty well for a tinted moisturizer. I would probably consider this more of a BB or CC cream because it has more coverage, but that's what I love about it, is that it's a little bit more coverage. Totally would recommend it. It's about $13. And then the one I'm going to use today is the Infallible Pro Glow. I am obsessed with this. I got this probably back around my birthday in September, I think. I really didn't have a favorite foundation. I really like the True Match by L'Oreal. I really did like the Better Skin, but this one has just been holy grail status for me. I love how this looks on my skin. It's just amazing, and it's super nice for me because I do have pretty dry skin, so yes. And my favorite way to blend out foundation is my beauty sponge. This one I just got at TJ Maxx. It's actually super nice and bouncy. This is the only one that I really use because it's the only one I have gotten that I liked. But I do want to get the Real Techniques beauty sponge. That's the finished look of the foundation. Just super glowy, super dewy, everything I want in a foundation. For concealer, I do have a high-end favorite and a drugstore favorite. I'll start with the drugstore. It is the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous. This one has just always had my back. I wear fair and it is actually light enough for me. I would recommend this to anyone who is pretty fair, kind of like me. Anyone really, because they have other colors, but if you are like me, fair, and really can't find a brightening drugstore concealer, I would recommend this one. And then the concealer I'm going to use today is my absolute freaking favorite concealer of the year. It is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I wear L5 Neutral, super full coverage, brightens my under eyes, does not cake up, and does not crease. I love it. And again, I'm just going to blend it out with the beauty sponge. And my favorite under eye setting powder is the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. Literally actually almost done with this. I'm so surprised. I feel like I never finish products, but this has just been a staple in my collection for the past year. It really adds brightness under my eyes and really just makes my concealer stay in place all day and look amazing. The brush I use a lot to set my concealer with is literally from Forever 21. I think I got it years ago in one of those little sets, and it's just like a flat brush, you know what I'm saying? I think it's supposed to be a powder, but it just works really well for setting my under eyes. And then my favorite face powder of the year has been the Fit Me by Maybelline. I wear 120 Classic Ivory. This one just doesn't cake up on my face. I don't really think it even looks like I'm wearing any powder. And it sets my foundation in place all day. It looks amazing on the skin, kind of just gives it a natural finish. And I just love it because I do have dry skin, so powder kind of scares the crap out of me because I don't want it to cling to any dry patches or like make my face look super cakey, and this one does not. So if you have dry skin, I would totally recommend this powder. And if you have oily skin, they do have the matte and poreless, which I heard was absolutely amazing as well. Then I'm just going to use a rando fluffy brush because I really don't have like a favorite powder brush. I really do just use random fluffy brushes. Next is contour, and it kind of was really hard to choose my favorite contour kit because I have so many awesome contour kits in my collection and they're all drugstore. So I think I might do a video telling you guys like about my favorite drugstore contour kits. But this one has been my absolute favorite of the year. It's just the e.l.f. contour kit. It is just a 4-pan contour kit. Love this contour shade. This one has a little bit of glitter in it, but not too much. So I do set my under eyes with this. Like, if you guys can tell, it like has a dent in it because of how much I love it. I feel like it just makes your under eyes look a little bit more glowy, and I absolutely love that. I'm just going to use this contour shade because that's kind of like the best part of it is the contour shade. And my favorite contour brush of the year is the Wet n Wild contour brush. So I have a high-end and a drugstore favorite bronzer. My high-end favorite bronzer of the year is my Little Chocolate Milk Chocolate Soleil by Too Faced. I just love this one. I think this one's really awesome for my skin tone personally. So yeah, it's beautiful and it smells great and it blends out beautifully. I just have really nothing bad to say about this bronzer. And then my favorite drugstore bronzer of the year is my NYC Smooth Skin Sunny Bronzer. It's a super nice lighter bronzer, perfect for fair skin tones. So I think I'm going to use my NYC one today. We're going to keep it a little bit more drugstore. I'm going to use the Sunny Bronzer, and then I'm just going to use the e.l.f. complexion brush to apply it, you know? To blush. I couldn't decide between my two favorite drugstore blushes, so I have two to show you, and then I have just like one high-end blush. I don't have a lot of high-end blushes in my collection. I actually have the new Becca, or the Blushed in Light or something like that, but that one has such pretty colors in it. If Ulta still has it, I'm not totally sure if they do, but I will check and link it down below if they do. That one's super pretty, but my favorite blush of the year comes from the little Becca Afterglow palette. These are all permanent shades. I just like this palette a lot because I get to try like a lot of different shades, but my favorite is this one. It is Wild Honey. It's the prettiest, just like nudie blush. That's kind of all I can say about it. It's just like the prettiest nudie blush ever. Then my two favorite drugstore blushes are the Wet n Wild blush in Rosé Champagne, which is just a super pretty, like, again, nudie pink blush. That is it right there. This one I feel like I wore a lot more over the summer because I wanted more bronzy looks, and it is the Be Matte blush in Toasted Coconut by City Color. It's just so pretty. If you kind of just want a bronzier look or just to add a little something to the cheeks, I think this one is beautiful. It's obviously just like a bronzer color. You probably could use this as a bronzer. I really only use it as a blush. And yes, I just freaking am obsessed with this blush. But I'm going to be using my Wild Honey today just because I feel like it. Basically, I just have really liked angled blush brushes this year, and this is just the one I have today. Like, look how pretty that blush is. It's just like the prettiest nudie, orangey blush. For highlighters, I have a highlighting palette to mention, drugstore and high-end highlighters. So yes, let's get started. Highlighters have definitely become my absolute obsession this year. They're my favorite makeup product, so I can always go for a good highlight. But my favorite drugstore highlights this year have been the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked highlighters. I have all of the ones. I don't know if these are all the ones in the brand, but these are the ones that you can get at Ulta. So I have Peach Lights, which is kind of like a pinky with like kind of a purpley reflect. Next is the one in Golden Lights, and if you guys want an intense ass highlighter, then pick this one up. It's like a golden yellow highlighter, and it is just absolutely beautiful. And then my favorite one from the line is their Radiant Lights one. It's a little bit more sheer. I didn't think I was gonna like this one as much because the first time I swatched it, I was like, I'm an intense ass highlight girl, but it's this one. It's just so pretty, and I feel like it still gives you a really nice, pretty highlighted look, just a little bit more muted. Do you guys kind of know what I'm saying? Like, not as intense as some highlighters. On an everyday basis, I definitely reach for this one. I took this one to Paris with me. My favorite high-end highlighter of the year has been Becca Champagne Pop. This one is just a freaking cult classic. I feel like this is beautiful on every skin tone. I swatched it in the worst place, but that is it. And then the highlighting palette that I've loved this year is the Strobe of Genius palette by NYX. It has 7 different highlighters. I love the unique ones on the top. These ones are absolutely beautiful because you can wear them every day. I feel like if you're a beginner, this is an awesome palette for you because it has so many different highlighting options that you can try, and it's only like $18. That seems a little steep for the drugstore, but for 7 highlighters, $18 is a total steal. I think I'm just going to use the NYX Strobe of Genius today. I'm going to mix these two colors because that's usually what I do when I use this. My favorite highlighting brush of the year is the Real Techniques setting brush. You can get this in kits, I think. I don't know if you can buy this alone. You actually might be able to now that I'm thinking about it. But I'll let you know. I'll link it below if you can. So my camera stopped recording like before I even started talking about my brows, I think. Thanks, camera. I'm just going to talk about my favorite products and then I'm going to finish them up. This is half my brow done. So I kind of look funny. But yeah, my favorite brow products of the year have been the kind of micro pencils. I've tried a few different ones this year. I've pretty much loved every single one. My favorite definitely has to be the Brow Stylist Finer by L'Oreal, and I am using this one today. And then after I kind of outline my brows, get the shape I want, I go in with powder, and my favorite has been the Ultimate Brow Kit by Wet n Wild, and they have repackaged this. This is kind of an old packaging, but I've just loved this one. I use this one in the front of my brows, and then this one in the back, just kind of to deepen my like little tail of my brow. So yeah, that's my favorite brow products of the year. Okay guys, those are my brows done. I don't know how ratchet they look, sorry. We try to slay. We are gonna go on to eye bases, and my favorite eye bases of the year, both drugstore. One of them is the Jordana eye primer. This is just like a cream, primer. Kind of like the paint pots, I feel like. It covers any discoloration on your lids, and it's only a few bucks, so I would totally recommend this to anyone on a budget or just anyone in general because it's amazing. And then a primer that I've really loved to use under like super metallic shades because I want them to pop more and last longer is the e.l.f. glitter primer. I love this. It's only like a few dollars. I really hope they still make this. Probably should have checked because I think I got this at Dollar Tree, but I'm pretty sure they still do, and I just love it so much. So I'm just going to use the Jordana one today because I'm kind of just doing a simpler look. I have 3 eyeshadow favorites of the year. I'm going to start out with my littler palette and then go into bigger palettes. I have been obsessed with this little palette by LA Colors all year. It's their 5-color matte eyeshadow in brown tweed. Just super pretty warm tones. Literally use this one all the time for my crease. I just love these. I think they're such good quality. I'm gonna swatch them a little for you. Of course, I swatched them in shitty places, but like, look how pigmented those are. And this is only like $1.50 at Dollar General. So I love it so much. It's so amazing. I have a different one that's cool tone, but this one has definitely been my favorite for the year because I am a more warm tone eyeshadow girl. If you need a matte palette on a budget that you can use every single day, this is the one I would recommend. And then for just eyeshadow palettes in general, I have a high-end in a drugstore. I will start out with my drugstore one. It is the Makeup Revolution Neutrals versus Neutrals palette. I have been obsessed with this all year. It is my absolute favorite eyeshadow palette of the year. I have raved about this so much. I've done a tutorial with it. I'll link that tutorial down below. I just like how it's a mixture of cool and warm tones. The quality of the eyeshadows, I've talked about it, is absolutely phenomenal. They're so pigmented, so buttery, so blendable. I'm obsessed with Makeup Revolution, but this has got to be my favorite freaking palette ever. And it's only $10. And then my favorite high-end palette of the year, hold on guys, my snake bite fell out, but is the Naked 2. I've had this palette for a long time, and it's kind of just my favorite high-end palette in general. I love the colors. I like how it's also warm and cool tones. You can use this every single day. I feel like you can get so many fun looks out of this, so many smoky looks, and also so many everyday looks. Because I did do a tutorial with my Makeup Revolution palette, I think I am just going to kind of do a simple look with my Naked 2 because I've actually never used it on my channel, I don't think. Sorry if I'm wrong, but I am just going to go in with Tease, which I usually do go in with as my crease shade. And then I think I'm just going to go in with like Chopper on the lid, just a super pretty kind of like coppery color. And then on the outer V, I am going to go in with Snakebite. And then I'm just going to go back in on this little shader brush and put Tease under my lower lash line. On the inner corner, I'm just going to go in with Booty Call. That is it. I have 3 favorite mascaras, 2 of them drugstore, 1 high-end. I'll start out with the drugstore. My 2 favorite drugstore ones are Last Sensational by Maybelline and The Rocket by Maybelline. So I really like how much length and volume both of these add to my lashes. This brush kind of looks like the Benefit Roller Lash, and that one was a favorite this year as well. I just don't have it anymore. It dried out, and I just haven't repurchased it because it's kind of expensive, so yeah. But if I do want to add even more volume, I love the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara. It is so expensive. I got this in an influencer box, so I don't know guys, this is the brush. It just adds so much volume, and I probably will eventually repurchase it because of how much I love it, but it's like $40. I'm gonna use the Rocket. Guys, so last but definitely not least is lips. So my favorite lipsticks of the year have been the Milani Matte Lippies. I have some colors in front of me. I have a nice bright purple, a bright orange, and pinks, of course, pinks and nudes. My favorite one out of this whole collection is Matte Naked. It is just a super pretty, deep mauve-y nude. I will swatch it for you guys. It is right there. I just love the formula of these. They are so comfortable. They last a really long time. They kind of even dry down a little bit, and they last such a long time on my lips, so I absolutely love them. And then another lipstick favorite has been Cool Nude by Essence. Let's see, I'm gonna swatch that one right here. Like I said, it's just a cool mauve. I actually got this in a giveaway from my really awesome friend Macy. Her name is Amazing Love, and I freaking love her, and if you're watching this, you know I love you, girl. We talk like every day pretty much. I just loved it this year. I wore it so much, and I just think it's so beautiful. These lipsticks are only like $2, so they're totally worth it. My last favorite is just the prettiest liquid lipstick you could ever find in your life, in my opinion. This is Celebrity Skin by Jeffree Star, but that is it. It's just like the prettiest, deeper nudie color. It's super comfortable, dries down matte. I just love this formula, and I cannot wait to try more of his liquid lipsticks in 2017. I'm just gonna wear matte naked because I don't feel like having to put on liquid lipstick. It's just kind of a hassle right now, and I can just kind of throw this one on, and I'll show you guys like what it looks like on me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I hope your 2016 was amazing. You guys made my 2016 great. I've grown a lot on my YouTube and on my Instagram the past year, so I really hope that 2017 is just even greater, and I thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are amazing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!